Hey guys, welcome back to Cosplay Life. I'm Air Bear and this is my fiance, Lovebug.
Hey there. So today we are on step 6, test driving your cosplay and making revisions. Now to explain this step, we're going to go over 4 points. The first one, what is test driving? Why is it important? Second, what are some things that you should look out for while test driving? Third, where are some places that you can go to test drive? And the fourth, making those revisions.
Test driving is basically wearing your cosplay for longer than the 5 minutes it took you to try it on after you finish making it. But it's trying to figure out how you're going to exist in your costume and figure out if there's anything that you need to change about your costume before you actually wear it to the event.
So now that we understand what test driving is, let's talk about the importance of test driving. When you're test driving, you're going to be looking for potential problems. You're going to look for things that you might want to add to your cosplay and just to overall see how it looks.
So now that we've talked about why you test drive, let's talk about what we need to look for when we do a test drive. I do a lot.
You do. She does.
This is such a
own
dirty
doo-doo.
video. Speaking of filthy and doo-doo.
I don't like where this is going. Oh, it's going to the bathroom. Because there are a few things that you want to ask yourself. Well, first, how are you going to go to the bathroom in general? And after you finish going to the bathroom, how are you going to wash your hands? Because makeup and body paint don't mix well with hygiene.
Also, when you go to the bathroom, you want to think about if there's anything that you need to remove from your costume and where you're going to put those items when you're using the restroom. And if you need help getting back into your costume after you're finished using the bathroom.
You just totally took over my topic.
I'm sorry, you only talked about washing your hands and using the bathroom. So you also need to think about if you're going to be eating and drinking in your costume. If you are you wearing makeup and will you need to reapply it? Are you wearing a mask and do you need to take it off when you eat? And if you do, are you going to be okay with everyone seeing you out of character?
And while you're sitting to eat or sitting in your panel or just sitting
and
around.
watch a movie.
Sitting and watching movies. So are you going to be comfortable sitting for extended periods of time? And is the person sitting next to you going to be comfortable, or are your wings going to poke their eye out? Speaking of wings, can the person behind you see past your wings?
You have like a hair.
Don't blame it on the hair.
But it was driving me bananas. I do love you though.
I know. And I love you too.
Sorry.
And just generally, are you comfortable in your costume? Because if you're going to spend any amount of time in it, you want to make sure that you're comfortable. Because if something is not comfortable while you're trying it on, it's going to be horrible at the end of the day, if you even make it that far.
You also want to think about how you're going to travel to and from the event. Are you riding in a car? Will you be wearing a seatbelt?
Are you teleporting?
You should be wearing a seatbelt. Also, are you going to be taking public transportation? Because on public transportation, you can stand up. But how are you getting to that public transportation?
So how mobile are you in your costume? Can you go upstairs? If you accidentally drop your keys, can you bend over and pick them up? It's funny, but it does happen. You drop your keys or you drop something and then you realize, well, I'm walking home because I cannot reach those keys. Our escalator is going to be a problem because your robe is super long and frilly. You don't want to get caught in an escalator. And depending on the event that you go to, are you going to have to walk around for a long time? So you want to make sure that your shoes are comfortable.
Also consider, how are you going to hold your items? Are you going to put them in a bag, or can you incorporate it into your costume? And are you going to wear the bag when you take pictures? If you're not, where are you going to put your items when you are taking pictures?
And you want to think about your makeup. So is the makeup going to rub off on your clothing at any point during the day? Or are there areas where... I don't know where I was going with that.
I just thought of something for makeup. Like if you're hugging people, make sure you're careful with makeup. Because if you hug somebody and you get your skin on their cosplay, they could be pretty upset. Lastly, are there any wardrobe malfunctions that could happen? You don't want to flash anybody and your goodies.
So now that we've talked about what you want to look out for, let's talk about where you can do this test driving. So, some places that you can test drive, we've broken down the list into 2 categories. The first is going to be for those people who are solo and kind of not really so bold, just want to test drive it, but they're by themselves or don't want to make a big fuss about it. And the second set of places is for people who kind of want to go out, have some fun, they're bold, or you have a group of friends that want to test drive your cosplays. So let's go into those lists right now.
So if you're a solo cosplayer or you're a little bit shyer, some places that you might want to try are your high school track. You can go in the morning or in the afternoon, like when school's not in, or you can go on the weekend. You can also drive to a friend's house or a family member's house, and they can look at your cosplay and kind of give you suggestions of changes that you can make. And you can also walk around the neighborhood and maybe take a drive around the block a little bit.
For those bold cosplayers, or the group of cosplayers who want to test drive together, try heading to the grocery store. And you can actually do grocery shopping. That'll test your mobility. Or head to the library. Why not shelf a book or 2? Or read, I guess. Or head to a fast food place like Chick-fil-A, Minchie's, or where else have we gone? Chipotle. Those are all 3 places that we've actually been in full-on costume. They're pretty cool about it. And Walmart and or Target. Or we're just doing Walmart. Probably just Walmart. Anything happens at Walmart. Accosted by a baby at midnight. True story?
True story.
Terrifying.
Where your keys at?
Oh my gosh, please don't. Flashbacks.
Where your car?
He was definitely the alpha in that situation. That was...
Walmart babies.
Walmart babies. Man. Or, why not try Walmart? I mean, all sorts of crazy things happen in Walmart, so one guy or gal in a costume is not really gonna upset the status quo. You'll be fine. Arena? Let's say arena. A sports arena. Just start your own gladiatory event.
It says downtown area.
Cosplacalypse. Oh, downtown area. Okay.
In an arena.
Well, Batman. Come to die. Or try your downtown area.
Your local downtown area.
Your local downtown area.
No. Try going downtown.
Downtown is another place that you can go to cosplay. Downtown. Like Macklemore should.
Downtown.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
Because we don't know where the So some warnings before you go test driving your cosplay. Make sure that you don't carry your weapon. Somebody may confuse it for a real weapon and it may call the police, and you don't want to have to deal with the police. Also, you want to make sure that you don't wear masks into like establishments. Also, if your cosplay doesn't have pants, like most of mine don't have pants, make sure you wear leggings because you don't want to offend anybody and you don't want to be like rejected from being able to go into the store. Because I almost got kicked out of a library because I didn't have pants on.
And if you're ever in doubt, just ask the people who own the business or establishment if you can cosplay there. Some places where you should never wear costumes. The bank or any other government establishment to work, especially where she used to work. Apparently that's frowned upon to wear costumes at work. Amusement parks, believe it or not, it's a whole thing. Just don't do it at amusement parks.
It's a rule.
Yeah, it is a rule. Look it up. And just generally anywhere that you are not comfortable.
Like for me, I'm generally uncomfortable where there's a lot of people who can't.
Weird.
Yeah, people who are weird, but like not cool weird, but just like,
hey, it's your birthday! Weird.
Yeah. Those people, like, I don't like to cosplay around them because then they bring like unnecessary attention. So just don't cosplay in places that you just feel uncomfortable. Tip. The day that you test drive would be a great day to also take pictures. Think about where your character would typically be and what sort of backgrounds they would normally have, and take pictures there. Also, when you take pictures, have someone take pictures like all around you from all angles so you can make sure that your costume looks good from all angles.
So now that you have test-driven your cosplay, you found those issues and the things that you want to fix, we're gonna move to making the revisions and making those changes. While you're in your costume, you're gonna get a list started from head to toe of everything that you want to change or anything that you want to add to your cosplay. Love Bear, you actually do it while you're in the costume. And why is that?
So that I can remember everything, I can kind of like visualize everything that needs to be changed.
Before it gets away from you. That makes sense. Now, after you have that list, what you're really gonna do is head back to what you learned in step 5, making your cosplay. And you'll go ahead and make those revisions.
Also, if you have any questions, you can always just ask and leave it in the comments section. Either we or somebody else may be able to answer. So that about does it for step 6. In this step, we went over test driving your cosplay and making revisions. We talked about what test driving is, what to look out for when you're test driving, and places that you can go when you do your test drive.
And remember, making those revisions.
So in the next video, we're going to talk, well, one of us, I don't know, somebody's going to talk about step 7, which is extras and props. Step 7 is extras and props. We're going to talk about extras and props. Props! Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and maybe we'll do more videos together. Or maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not.
If you want to receive a notification when the next video comes out, make sure you hit subscribe. And if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions of videos that you'd like to see, go ahead and leave it in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. You're not going to thank them for watching?
Thank you. Mucho gusto.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah, we will.
Deuces. Do it. Why did you smell my earphone?
It looked like it smelled good.
Oh, bye. Gross.
It smelled good.
No, it didn't. There's something else in this room that smells good. I searched for it one day.
Find this magical creature?
Yeah, I think it's right there.
I'm glad you found it. It's not like just this thing.
It's running
Smells good.
around.
Yeah.
It smells good, but also steals our socks.